Hey everyone, welcome back to the studio. I know I'm not wearing my apron. I cannot find it right now. This has been a crazy busy month for me. I had a long 16-day event. I was at the rodeo for 16 days. I had a booth set up and everything like that. And then right after that, the following weekend, I had an outdoor market in a local town around here. And it has just been a crazy, crazy month. But I got to meet a lot of you, and that was totally amazing. I absolutely love it. So shout out to everybody I seen. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello. And it was a lot of fun. So I wanted to go over a few things with it, with the market and how it all went. So I had a really good setup, I thought. Normally I have like a 10 by 20 booth kind of thing. Sometimes I even go 3 booths, which is like 10 by 30. But this time I was only given the opportunity to get a 10 by 10. So I had to cut a few things out and everything, but I played with the setup. I got the whole booth set up and you can see it now and it looks good. It flowed really nice. There was a lot of room that people could walk around, but I had it stuck in the back of the booth and I didn't like that at all. I felt like people thought I was watching them, and they were a little creeped out about coming in and stuff like that. So a few days into it, I rearranged my booth. So the hours at the rodeo, it wasn't a constant, 9 to 5 or anything like that. The weekends were super long, like Saturdays were 12-hour days, but during, early part of the week it was only a few hours and we could go in an extra hour early. So I had time to play with my setup. I had time to play with, pricing and stuff like that. And what I found, I want to share with you guys. So here you can see the reset of the booth. And what it did is it brought me my little, cash out area more up front. I had a little cubicle area that I could sit at because I'm sorry to say, being there 16 days and 12-hour days on some of those days, I'm not going to stand up the entire time. And on top of that, the rodeo fluctuated, so there was a lot of downtime where we, yes, had to be there, but not a lot of customers. So what I ended up doing is moving up front, as you can see, and I actually started bringing projects to work on. I brought my macrame to hang up and to make my little veggie bags. And I also brought some of my laser engraved wood to hand paint. And that way the customers walking through, they could see what I was working on and see me actively working. And I was able to have a lot of conversations about being a handmade vendor, an artist and stuff like that. And it helped with sales and it helped, pass the downtime and stuff like that as well. But when I was in a sea of a lot of commercial vendors, I wanted to point out the fact that I was actually handmade. I didn't just, mass buy stuff and try to pawn it off as handmade. I was truly handmade. And I also picked up a projector. I don't have a picture of it or anything like that set up, but it was set next to me and it was projecting. So if I was facing like this, it was projecting on the back wall next to me, and I was playing my YouTube videos so people could see me working on projects, even if I wasn't working on a project at that time, on the desk kind of thing. And it created a different atmosphere, and I actually really enjoyed it because I think I was able to connect with my customers, a lot more because of it. So shout out to everybody who, stopped and talked to me, and subscribed to my YouTube channel. So thank you for following me. Especially a big shout out to the two who came and bought the armadillo keychain holder. You guys were amazing to talk to, and I look forward to seeing you at the other ones and stuff like that. So thanks, guys. Vendor across from me and the vendors next to me, really awesome people, and I had enjoyed the time with them. But a big shout out to Lauren. She actually hooked me up with this mic. She told me all about it and everything. I ended up purchasing it. I've played with it for a few test videos and stuff like that. And it has a built-in noise cancellation, and it's turned on right now. And I think I love it because my heater just kicked off, and when I was playing with it, you couldn't hear the heater. So hopefully you guys won't get the heater in the audio for this thing. So thank you for the recommendation. I'm loving playing with it right now. But yeah, one of the other items I picked up just for this market is a really cool rack system, and it's for all the new laser engraved wall art that I've been making. And something I like about it is you have your back wall, but you have the wings and everything, and those wings are movable, so you can have them, 90-degree corner, or you can open it kind of like a bookend, sitting at like a 45 or even less of a degree than that. It's on wheels, but the wheels lock up really nice. It was sturdy. It held all the wood up with no issues. The hooks that I got with it, they're only the 2-inch, but you can get 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, you name it. And it actually turned out to be a really good rack. There was a few options I was looking at, and I ended up going with this one, and I'm completely satisfied with it to the point I think I'm going to go ahead and purchase another one. So if you guys are interested in it, like I said, I highly recommend it if you got hangables. It's nice and sturdy. It's lightweight. Just toss it in the back of the truck. It's really cool. The only thing I don't like is it doesn't close up flat unless you take off these side wheels, which you can do, right then and there. It's only a hex key, so it's not difficult, but it would be nicer if you didn't have to take off the wheels, but that is the only downfall. And other than that, like I said, it's super lightweight, portable. It's, really nice. So if you do want to get one, there's going to be a link in the description and the pinned comments, and Amazon associate link. Same with the hooks and everything. It's not going to cost you anything more, but it helps support, me purchasing other stuff for this channel to show you guys. So after the rodeo, I had 5 days off to get prepped for the one-day market, which was the outdoor one. And I had a lot of fun out there. I got to hang out with a fellow maker of mine who was also in the guild. So, hey, Lisa, how are you doing? We didn't get to spend a lot of time talking because we, trying to find shade for, each of us in our little groups. I also had my parents there, and my aunt was visiting, so got to spend time with them. It was really cool. But I had a good time out there, and that was a good market. And I did get to talk to a lot of new people, new subscribers. So, hey guys. um, and after that weekend, I needed a day off. So my parents, my aunt, and myself, we headed out to the lake. Well, my cat wanted to go. As you can see, she did not want to leave the chair, so I ended up having to take our other camping chair. I left that one for her. I was not going to move her. That would not have been nice. She romped on that thing for several days, actually. We finally put it away. But yeah, went out to the lake, just relaxed, enjoyed it. It was overcast, but it was a pretty day. And now I am working on the seminars. So coming up here on May 14th in San Angelo, Texas, we will be having a seminar. The Greater San Angelo Crafts Guild will be having a workshop and seminar. The workshop is put on by my fellow maker, Rosie. It is a decoupage class workshop. So if you are in the area and you're interested in that one, just send an email to the guild. I'll have a link to their email in the description, and say, hey, I would like to join the class, and we'll get you on the list. It is an RSVP, so be sure to email us and you'll get all the information. And I will be actually hosting 2 seminars. This is the first time I'm ever doing anything like it. I am nervous, but I think it'll be fun. And basically, it's a makers to market. It's if you are handmade, if you do handmade items, make your items and stuff like that. It's how you could sell them specifically in Texas, of course. Because I don't know the rules of other states, so I won't even get into that. It is specific for this area. But if you are in this area and you're interested in the seminars, again, just email the guild. We'll get you on the list. As of right now, the class is about half full, so definitely RSVP for that. And it is a 2-part class. So first off, I'm going to be covering the very basic stuff of, how to form your business and the difference between a hobby and an actual, difference between a hobby and a small business when it comes to like the federal government and state and stuff like that. It goes over the Texas sales and use tax permit, the false information that's floating out there and the actual information, cottage law if you make food, different stuff like that. I even cover like business insurance and if you need it, being a sole proprietor versus a partnership versus an LLC, just the basic foundation just to get you going. And then from there, I'll give you some resources on who to go to that can help you out when you want to go ahead and take it further. So it's not going to be, definite legal advice or anything like that, but it is going to give you a nice foundation so you understand what you're doing. I do talk a little bit about finances like accounting and bookkeeping, but not too detailed into that. And the second part of it is going to be talking about social medias, which ones to use, which ones may not be beneficial for what you're selling and who you are, SEO, and some basic booth information, setup information, and stuff like that. So again, if you're interested, if you're in the area, RSVP, emails in the description, so go ahead and check it out. So, but I know this is a short video. It's not me making anything really. Like I said, it's been a crazy last month, and I just wanted to touch base with all you guys. I do have a video coming out. A long time ago, I started a rainy day series, and it's springtime, so it's raining here. So I will have a rainy day class coming up. I have a rainy day class. It's on my mind. See, that's all I'm thinking about is these classes and seminars. A rainy day video will be coming out. It is a sewing one. I also have a resin one in the making and another fabric design one. So I have a lot of videos and the ideas and stuff like that. So you can look forward to that here shortly. So I am now able to have memberships and everything on the channel. Channel is growing. It's getting up there. One more step to full monetization, which is going to be cool. So if you haven't, subscribed, please consider subscribing, helping me out, sharing this video with other makers and stuff like that. If you would like to become a channel member, all of that is in the description. You can go check it out for, a few bucks a month. You can help support projects. You can help determine what projects are going to be coming up. You get cool little emojis and stuff and a shout out on the videos as well, depending on which tier you choose to go ahead and get. But anybody who signs up for it, it's a big thank you because it helps support new videos and helps me dedicate more time to making videos. So yeah, if you want, just for free, just give it a like. Consider subscribing. It is free to subscribe. Big old thumbs up or whatever, and share it with other people. That is all free, and that all helps as well. So thank you guys for everything. Thank you for not hating me for not getting a video out last week. I was exhausted, but next week will be a really good one. I hope. We'll see how it turns out, kind of thing. But yeah, so until next time, sorry for the rambling. I am still tired. I'm getting things. My studio is mostly cleaned up. As clean as it ever is, really. So I have some big custom orders that I got to get done and lots of work. It's good. It's fun. And I recommend it. So I'll see you guys next time. Stay creative.